Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Everyone, welcome back to the Millennium Men channel. We're doing another comedy reaction. Today we have Tom Segura, Overdoses on This Is Not Happening, Uncensored.
We got through it.
Thanks. Ari Shafir, everybody. Let him hear it. Ari Shafir. All right. Let's go back to 1997. Holy shit. And fuck, that time flies. And I'm a freshman in college. And Thanksgiving, remember Thanksgiving, everybody? That's the first time that you go, usually back home. That's your first break in your freshman year. And it's a big deal because it's also like a mini class reunion, right? It's the first time you see everybody that you used to go to school with every day. You're back your first few months and everybody's recapping. And the big thing is the next day, the day after Thanksgiving, everybody gets together and parties their fucking balls off while acting like they're a new person, right? So I start off, I find one of the guys that didn't go to school, and he's like, I'm the new drug supplier. And I'm like, I remember you from math. And he asked me what I want, and I'm like, what do you got? And he goes, I have ecstasy. And I go, yeah. Everyone says, that's fun, let's try it. And I start taking it, and I forgot to mention, before I went to college, senior year, I got really into a drug that was making its way, especially through the South, through Florida, called GHB. And I'm sure, I don't know if you know what it is. It's a gamma hydroxybutyric acid. Your body naturally produces it. Sometimes there's some places where they regulate it as an anesthetic, but basically when you get it, somebody made it in a bathtub, and that's the good stuff, all right? And they sell it to you, and they get it in a water bottle. They also call it the date rape drug. I didn't do that. I gave it to myself all the time. And it does have an amazing effect on sex. I'm masturbating, let's be honest. I'm masturbating.
Sorry, I had to pause it for a second. I don't know my eyes.
A
little weird, but all right. Sorry.
I'm masturbating, let's be honest. I'm masturbating. I really had some crazy masturbation seminars.
Word choice.
As a senior, and then I passed out, and I'm like, who jerked me off? Oh yeah, it was me. Okay. So, anyways, okay, so I get the ecstasy into my system, and then I take it. I'd never taken it, so as soon as I take it, I go like, hey man, fucking, I don't feel anything. He's like, you just took it, man. Like, give it a minute, all right? All right. So we're hanging out at this party. We're at a party, everyone's together, and then we're gonna go to a bar. And at the end of the house party, on the way to the bar, I go, hey man, I don't feel anything. So he goes, all right, when we get to the bar, come find me, and I have GHB. So I'm like, okay. So I find him, and he's like, all right, let's go to the car. And that's always the big move when you go to the car, right? You're like, this is where dreams come true, in the car. The drug dealer's car is where it all lives. So I'm expecting what I know, which is a water bottle, and then a dose is the cap. So all you do is you pour the water into the cap and you drink it like that. It tastes like ocean water, like seawater, right? Salt water. And then it's immediate. GHB, if it's good stuff, it's like, we used to call it permagrin, because you just be like, and if someone's like, fuck you, you're like, So I'm like, all right, where is it? And he goes, it's right there. And he has a gallon jug. Right? And I'm like, wow, that's not a water bottle? He's like, yeah, I haven't even put it into the water bottles yet. That's the full thing. And it's a full gallon. Now, if you think about a full gallon, you know that A, the cap is much different. It's flatter. You're not going to say it. And it's also heavier. So I don't know how to pour it. So he's like, just take a shot. And I'm like, all right. So I put it up. And then I go, in my mind, oh shit. I have like 9 shots in my mouth right now. So the options are, do I spit it back into the main jug, which I feel like he's gonna be like not cool with that, you know, being that he's a drug dealer and all. The other thing would be spit it out on the ground, and I don't want to be rude, right? So I just go like, and I'm like, holy fucking shit. I have taken way too much GHB. Now, I'm leaving out the point that you're not supposed to mix GHB and alcohol. It is potentially fatal. You may have known this. If you didn't, it can be. At this point, I am on 13 or 14 drinks, right? And it's liquor, like, you know, vodka drinks, and I'm just pounding them. I get the 9 shots into me, and then I walk back into the bar, and I'm like, what's up, everybody? Like, I'm fucking... They're like, where does all this personality come from? This is natural, man. So, and then I sat down. I remember sitting down, and the girlfriend came, and she sat on my lap, and then lights out. Like, I just don't remember anything. Like, I went to sleep. All I remember is that I wake up, and I'm looking at lights on a ceiling, right? I'm just like, shit. No. Is this heaven? And then I see a woman come into frame, right? Because I'm laying on my back. I can't talk. I can't move my arms. And this woman goes, hey, Tom, you are in the emergency room, and you overdosed on drugs, and now you're coming out of a coma. And I was like...
A fucking coma?
A full-blown...
Oh
God, how long was he under?
Imagine not only that, but imagine the sheer panic and not being able to talk.
Yeah, that's
You're
true.
just laying there, damn near helpless, can't move. They just told you, one, you were at a bar. You woke up coming out of a coma in the emergency room for ODing.
Yeah. I mean, like, you think about it, like, we've been trashed before, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's like super drunk, and we've woken up in like different beds or like in different places where you shouldn't be asleep.
Like in
You're
the
just, like,
hallway or
in the
something,
hallway or
something
like
stupid.
you know in a friend's bed.
But thank
or
God,
like
not
on a
the
couch on a floor, and you're
Next
just
to a
like
toilet.
you're looking around, you're like, this isn't right, and you're like confused and you're kind of
But
scared. You're like,
you're
did I do anything? No,
Yeah.
probably not. I'm probably fine.
You look around and see like you yacked or like you have like okay phone wallet like I'm fine.
But you're in a hospital and you're like this, you can't move. You're like, I'm fucked. I'm fucked. I did something.
There's even been times where like we got a little too drunk and woke up like in our rooms and I'm like I don't remember like getting to bed, but I'm in bed. Or like the same thing, I woke up next to a toilet and we're like I don't remember getting here. But like you can kind of put together where you are, who's around you, you know you're in a safe environment. But in a hospital,
And we were hundreds of miles away from our parents, not home for Thanksgiving.
That's also that's a very, very good point.
Yeah.
Oh wait, shit.
on drugs, and now you're coming out of a coma. And I was like, like processing it. But the process literally was just eyes closed, like, oh, shit. And my only thought was like, I hope nobody knows. That's the only thing I'm thinking. I hope nobody knows. And then I open my eyes again, and my parents come into frame.
That's it.
You just close your eyes again. Put me back. Put me back.
And they look so just like, we thought you were a good kid. What the fuck? So I'd never been in trouble. They won't let your arm out because I pull out the tubes. I have a tube for breathing. I have another tube that's pumping liquid charcoal into my stomach because that makes the chemicals and the drugs like come together, and then you also can't digest it, so you vomit, which is what they want you to do. So as I'm like, I'm also like,
That fucking got us so
What
bad.
Imagine that. That's gotta be nasty vomit.
Oh, yeah.
Just charcoal.
They're putting in there so
Dry.
you vomit.
Just dry
and
fucking.
not only that, you're vomiting out probably the alcohol your body's still processing from before, the drugs you've taken, and that charcoal.
Yeah.
Plus, he's on ecstasy.
Yeah, that he was at least.
I was at least.
I'm also like, I'm throwing up, right? So they give me a piece of paper and a pen that I can't really write normally because I'm strapped down, but I can kind of chicken scratch. And they're like, what did you take? Because they're trying to figure, they don't even know what I took. So I write, heroin. And they go, are you serious? And I write, JK.
I wrote LOL no.
Hashtag W.
They're not like, good one. They're like, what the fuck?
They don't laugh.
He's like, I thought that was
That's
hilarious.
hilarious.
So then the kid in me, I'm looking at my parents and I'm like so worried about them. I write on the paper, I go, are you mad at me? And my parents, at that moment, my dad reads it and he goes, no, buddy, just disappointed.
It's the legendary
Dad!
comment. Look back and fuck you. Rip the two out. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
You're a dick.
Yak on him. Oh.
It's the ultimate phrase where it's just like, that's all true worse. I wish you were mad. I wish
Yeah, I wish you were just pissed off.
Get mad, bitch.
Just disappointed. And I'm like, can you save that for when I'm breathing on my own? Like, so I'm in that emergency. I get moved to critical, then ICU. In the ICU, a doctor comes in who I hadn't seen yet, and I'm later told, this is a doctor. They tell me this is a doctor that saved your life. So I'm sitting there in the bed, and he comes in and he goes, are you in a band? And I was like, what, man? What? And he goes, are you in a band? And I was like, no, I'm not in a fucking band. And he goes, well, you had enough in you to take down 2 drum players and a bass player, man. And I'm like, you now with the fucking jokes, really? And I go, well, he goes, what did you take? And I go, I had, I don't know, I took a couple pills. I told him honestly, I had some drinks. And I took, you know, some GHB, probably enough for like a lot of people. And he goes, what about the heroin? And I go, no, I was just joking. And he goes, no, you have heroin in your system. And I was like,
Fuck the ecstasy, right?
It's gotta be-
Ecstasy's
yeah.
often cut with like heroin or some shit.
Probably.
Brutal.
and he goes, no, you have heroin in your system. And I was like, really? And he was like, yeah, you have heroin, you have cocaine, you have PCP.
What the fuck?
He's like, you also have the same chemicals that are in, like, cleaners, like some of the, like, the super duty cleaners. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? And he goes, where'd you get your GHB from? And I go, one of my buddies from high school. He's like, yeah, he's a good friend. He gave you some fucking WD-40 to put in your system. So I, you know, eventually get to breathe on my own and all this shit. And then he comes back and they're like, you know, the nurse tells me the doctor that saved you wants to talk to you. And I'm like, all right. And I asked him, like, how did I survive? And he was like, honestly, because you're fat. Like, you're pretty fat.
There you go. There you go.
And I was like, what, man? And he goes, I mean, a smaller person would definitely, like a 120-pound person would die halfway through this. This is just one of the only times where it's good to be fat, right now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. That's why I still haven't lost the weight, you guys.
Just in case.
100%. You never know. That was fucking
That was
wicked.
good.
Talking about a roller
That's
coaster.
a good fucking story.
Oh my god. Yeah,
Super relatable, but like not truly
Not to
relatable.
that point.
No,
yeah,
yeah,
like,
not
I
like that.
I understand where a lot of that was
relatable of
going.
like a lot of drinking and you wake up the next day a little confused on the night, but not like we were drugged or anything.
Yeah, I don't know how like exaggerating it is with those 13, 14 drinks. Cause like, we could do that, but if you add all
If I
that
have 13,
shit,
14 drinks,
like 13, 14 drinks, I'm
I'm
smashed.
Well, he was
I'm
fat.
smashed. He was fat. How fat was he? I guess true. I mean, he's a big body.
I could take 13, 14 drinks. But even still, like, I take 13,
I'd be
14.
hammered.
I'm not walking around like, all right, well, let's go to the next
Where's
bar.
the
I'm like,
drugs?
whoa, yeah, who's got the fucking GHB?
Because
or
I ain't
whatever?
feeling shit.
Yeah, no, 13, 14
Yeah,
drinks.
13,
Especially if
14
they're like good
drinks. I'm
drinks.
pretty fucked up.
I'm stumbling.
I'm probably
like-
still drinking, but like,
I'm putting myself to bed. I'm like, I need to go to bed.
I'm probably
I
still
should not be
drinking.
up anymore.
Definitely now. No way now.
No, I can't do 30 morning shots
No,
anymore.
Fuck that.
College though, I could. for
College.
Sure.
Oh man.
Pussies.
All right. With that being
Be
said,
said. If you have any more Tom Segura suggestions, go ahead and put in the comment section below. I know we haven't done a lot of Tom Segura on this channel. We do find him funny. We're just
is
not
funny.
getting a lot of comments on specific bits to watch.
So it's your fault.
So go ahead and like the comment those. Anything else you guys want us to react to, go ahead and put it in the comment section below as well.
Right
if you
there.
see someone comment something you want us to react to as well, give it a like, push
One
it
of
up
these.
top, and then go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell,
Dang.
and thanks for stopping by the Millennium Men channel, guys. Peace.
Later, nerds.